Morning, people. Yeah, y'all know what's up. Brother out here getting it done. Push-ups, pull-ups. Just a regiment. A little chilly, but hey, we get it done. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. We make time for that. And I think that's a discipline I think everybody need to have. Make time for yourself to get it together. But I'll come on here today, man. I'm going to touch on a little few things that need to be touched on because I got some calls yesterday from some of the brothers inside the penitentiary where they've been hearing certain things that their name been brought up. First, I'm going to delve off into the situation with the boy Loose Cannon. Loose Cannon got on here on his internet, and when he first came on here, he told on himself, and he also was lie telling. So I always tell you guys that this dude remind me of his father, because his father was just like that. His father was a cold informant, man, on the highest level. Big U brought his father around. And after he brought his father around, man, a lot of brothers started going to jail. He basically, man, cleared that neighborhood up on a high level. He was leaking information to 77. His handler was Deputy Moreno. And now that I was very, very shocked and surprised when the boy Big U even brought the man's son in his circle like that, because he knew the man was bad. He knew the man had did what he did, because the man, to be honest with you, the man told on Big U, bro, first on some shit, man. And then he, they kidnapped him. They made him change his statements, and they replaced him and inserted my brother into a certain situation. We all know this. We all had the paperwork on that. Some people tend to ignore it, but it's there. You can't refute it. Even Nutty's sons had that paperwork. Loose Cannon had it, and his brother have it. So it's like, it amazed me on how this dude Loose Cannon got up there and he asserted himself into crimes. Some he did commit and some he didn't commit. All right. Now you have another individual over 65 years old, just gave an interview, and he asserted himself in some crimes that he never commit. He never committed. He never was there. And I was shocked and appalled. It basically was just like a disgrace, not to the section or to anybody else, but to himself, because he should know better. By him saying that he want to be a part of a particular type of section, and all that type of stuff. Let me give you guys some history, man, about these dudes nowadays. These dudes, when we was growing up, bro, it was so hard around there, man. It was to the point, man, that a lot of them dudes couldn't come around there, bro. Now, 30 and 40 years later, these dudes turn 40, 50, over 60 years old. They want to claim a section. They want to be a gang member. They run around here, they grandfathers, great-grandfathers, and they want to claim a section. You had this individual, he think we don't know who he is, but we know exactly who he is. He was never a part of that section over there. He never was in the field. He never was around us. So what he did was he heard certain stories. He took bits and pieces and spun, put his own narrative to it. So he put himself in crimes that he have no knowledge about. And I'm gonna tell you why that's so dangerous, bro. It's because he don't know what happened. He don't know what happened. He don't know, bro, that if anybody got demised. He don't know if anybody got raped. He don't know anything about none of that stuff. So that's the thing. That's the scary part about it is, man, is that these dudes, they don't know what happened, bro. I'm not saying it happened. I'm saying these dudes don't know what happened in detail. But they assert themselves in certain type of crimes and robberies and shit like that and situations, and they don't know what happened, bro. So what this individual done, he did another loose cannon. So we're going to call him loose cannon dummy number 2, where you sit up there and you want to be from 60 so bad that you asserted yourself into all type of criminal activities. You asserted yourself in all type of crimes. And then you sit there and you basically gave a statement in the interview saying somebody attempted murder somebody. You gave the name, you gave everything, right? So I know this dude is lying, so I'm here to clear that up. The person he said that did that stuff to loose cannon father, man, that was a lie. That wasn't the person that did that, man. The person that did that is no longer here. He demised and all that type of stuff. I don't know why this individual, man, got on there, man, giving a statement, pointing out individuals and stuff like that. But they sit there and they call other people rats. They sit there and they try to say this dude telling, that dude telling, and they get on these interviews and telling, and they be telling. And the cold part about it is, man, that the interviewer, he never did his homework. He never got talk to no real joints from that section. What he did was he just took that dude word for whatever what it is. He didn't cut out the part, man, when that dude identified somebody else as being a shooter on attempted murder. He didn't do none of that type of stuff. So this is what I'm saying. This is the scary part about this internet, man. Especially these dudes that call themselves quote unquote tough ass gang members, man. They don't think in critical terms, bro. They just sit there and they just want to run content. They just want to just say this and say that and all that type of stuff, man. And they just be like, want to just sit there and just want to degrade other people, but they don't be really having the facts right, bro. So I'm here to clear that up, man. And I don't give a shit what he said about me, bro, because I know my history. The brothers in that section know my history. The gangsters know my history. So I don't have to prove nothing, man. I'll let dudes say what they want to say. The only thing I'm saying, man, that brother who he sat there and claimed that brother did that attempted murder, that wasn't that brother, bro. You know, I don't know why that man did that. I don't know what he was on. I don't know what, maybe he was on dopamine or whatever. I don't know what the hell he was on. He was on something. So I just needed to clear that up in a sense, man, because I talked to the brother yesterday, and I also talked to Horse yesterday. You know, information travel fast. And when the information travel fast like that, that dude don't even know what he did, bro. And I feel sorry for this individual, man, because he's not built like that. I guess he wanted to be acceptable. He was never around us. He was never on the block. He never came across the tracks. He never did none of that type of stuff. He wasn't out there in the field like that. Did he grow up over there? Yes, from my understanding, he did. But do I know him? No, I don't know him. I don't know him like that, man. He never was in the car with me. I ain't never did nothing with this dude. I don't know who that dude is, man. So, and on a good note, I got invited to speak at a university. I ain't gonna tell you which one. It'll all come out, you know, in a few weeks. And I'm gonna tell you something, man, about a message. When you guys be on here giving messages, you guys be dropping certain jewels and certain information. It's not always about negativity. It's not always about flaming somebody up. It's not always like, you know, F this dude, F that dude, this dude, bitch ass nigga, and all that type. It's not always about that. It's about, man, eradicating certain characteristics out of certain communities, bringing awareness to certain things. And what a lot of these brothers don't do, they don't do that, man. And people watch you, man. You know, just not the gang members watch you. Other people watch you. You know, it doesn't matter what race, color, creed they from, they watch you. So when they see you deliver a certain message and they see that you've been through something and they see that you have changed took a turn for the better, they be want to know, how did you make this change? They want to know what led you to from point A to point B to all the way to Z. They be want to know these type of things. So when they hear you speak or when they hear you tell your story, they be want to bring that awareness to a whole lot of different other individuals. So when you brothers up here, instead of when you brothers are speaking about your own life or your homies or whatever it may be, you have to talk on the solution to the problem. You know, you just can't keep up and saying that, man, everybody's a rat, everybody working with the police. So what, man? These dudes ain't finna do nothing no more in 2025. Dudes sit there and talking about this dude, this, and they do. Man, dudes do not care, bro. These dudes don't care no more about that type of stuff. If you're gonna bring the news, bring the news. If you're gonna go get paperwork, bring the paperwork, drop it, and keep it moving, man. You know, that should be a topic where this can happen to you inside your section or when you're doing this criminal activity. These are the type of individuals will turn on you at a drop of a hat. These are the type of individuals that have these particular type of reputation, but they really not standing on their business, the street code and the politics and all that type of stuff. That should be pointed out, you know, but they don't point that out. They don't do none of that type of stuff, man. They don't tell them dudes to parachute away from over there. They tell them dudes, you know, to stay over there, to be hard, to be, you know, be tough and be a byproduct for the system. Because when you get into the system, you're a product, bro. You on a shift, and they making money off you. So you become a product to the system. So that's what that is, man. And a lot of times, man, you know, brothers don't understand that, you know. So, and this is another lesson, man. You know, and I don't know how true it is or nothing like that. They saying Loose Cannon, that his wife left him. She stopped paying her attorney. I don't know. You know, Allahu Alam. I don't know. Allegedly. But I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. That comes with that. When you go to jail, man, your girl, your wife, 9 times out of 10, bro, if you facing a lot of time, she's out of here, man. I don't give a shit how much she talking about she love you. I don't care how much time she talking about she gonna stay down for you, bro. You probably find like 1% that'll stay down with you. The rest, they're out of here. I'm talking about they out of here. Because you got to understand, women get lonely. Women need somebody to help raise some kids. Women start to see that lifestyle that you perpetrate, it's not all what it seems, man. And then once the woman really find out that you's a fraud, you're really not from that section, or you really not a joint like you say you is, they gonna get up out of here, bro. It's unfortunate. That's the nature of the game. If you don't want to lose your wife, you don't want to lose your family, you don't want to do none of that type of stuff, bro, guard yourself. Stay sucker free. Don't do criminal activity. Don't bang, man, because that's a potential chance, man, that is gonna lose everything you got going on, man. So I just came on here, man, to clear a few things up, man, dealing with the brothers, man, because I think that was messed up for that brother, you know, to sit up there and accuse an innocent man of a crime that he didn't commit. And that's what these dudes do, bro. These dudes be sitting there masturbating at the mouth, just be talking. They don't have the information correct, and they be putting cases on brothers. Assalamu alaikum.